Welcome to another episode of Mr. Tophat Show. Today we're going to speak a little bit about the thing that I talked about on when I played Euro Truck Sim 2 like a month ago, which is privacy. Why I'm talking about this as an issue is because when people say that handicapped people have privacy, I think that's a bit of a lie to be honest with you. I get how you can see that we can have a kind of privacy, but the privacy you are talking about isn't the same as it is for like you and if you say your immediate family or your partner and stuff like that. It's more of like I guess you could see it like I would say it's almost an artificial like style of intimacy or privacy, just because of the fact that you always have people around you. And why it is a lie, it's just because you can't hide really anything from the life auxiliary, I think it's called in English, or personal assistants that I have. You can't really. It's some sort of a not a lie, but you know what I mean. It's artificial. You always have to trust them on the fact they won't like say anything to you or say anything to some outsider at outside of work and stuff like that, and you can't really. I mean, everything you need help with. Let's say for me, example, I need help with open packages. I need help with putting Blu-ray discs or DVD discs in my DVD. I need people to help me put in my hard drives into respectively, for example, now my TV or computer, stuff like that. So it's of course I can, when I want to have privacy, like now for example, I can say that I'm going to record a video and I want to be left alone. And it's easier because you see in my background I have my not so tidy bed and so on, so it would be easier for them not to be in the picture if they leave the room in case. And sometimes when I record other videos, I always tell them to leave my room. But you see the difference there. You can always choose to tell someone what you have ordered or what you not have ordered. For example with sex toys, you can always choose to tell someone if you want to have told them that you have ordered sex toys, for example, or what can I say? Everything that has to do with intimacy really is kind of privacy also. But still, I have people wiping my ass and shaving my balls. So you see the problem here. It's kind of strange actually. You seem to, after a while, accommodate to the fact that you always need help with, like, someone drying your ass and stuff like that. I know some people say right now that you can always have these kind of self-drying toilets, and you can always have this ass-cleaning toilets and whatnot. So, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, I have heard that they aren't the best. And for me, it isn't the biggest fact on privacy isn't the one who drives me in the ass, really, when I've done a number two or so. It's more of a privacy with content, say, on my computer. And now everyone discusses things of porn, and that's basically it. Yeah, but I mean other stuff like also like jerking off or that kind of privacy. It's kind of weird. I've heard from many people that they don't really bother who is their assistant. And they have been very open about it and so on. Of course, everyone that works with me know that I do all this kind of stuff like that, but not in the sense that you see what I'm talking about here about this is the choice you have to tell someone about your privacy. You don't really have that kind of choice if you're in a situation or handicapped like me. You just have to trust the people around you. And even if you trust them, sometimes it can be really annoying that you have to tell people about some stuff. And of course, I haven't told everyone everything, but then it's really have to be like, I don't know. It's kind of, we talked about this like yesterday for me when I record this. We talked about it like in the sense that one guy in Sweden had fooled the system with like, I don't know how many millions, but a lot of millions. Anyway, and he got away with it, and then was he was on a trip abroad and everything, like, I don't know, somewhere in the Middle East. Anyhow, so he had assistant for 12 years, and he pretended to be handicapped. And when I say pretended, apparently he like just seemed handicapped. He did everything to look like he was handicapped. But then I was like, we talked about this. Oh, it would be very nice to have a girl drawing you in the in the private regions and so on. And it was often apparently talked that he had a boner when they were trying to wash him and so on, and trying to maintain his hygiene and so on. But I mean, from personal experience, even of those 12 years, despite that you know that you have an ability to tend to yourself when you need it, it's just a scam. I cannot see if that it would be worth it. Anyway, really, it can be sort of a dream, or it can be like this porn dreams you have as a young guy, or as a guy generally. But trust me, it isn't fun. It is the same when we talk about privacy. I once tried a Sling. It's called a Sling. It's the green thing on the hoist back there. At least in British English you call it a hoist. I don't know the American term for it. Anyway, so yeah, I was trying some new, I don't know what it's called, hjälpmedel, but it's let's say you need a wheelchair, you can always go to a place that they are trying to find the correct wheelchair for you. And that's just the thing. I was trying out the wheelchair and a lot of different equipment, and they were moving me with that kind of hoist back there. And when you always set up the Sling, you put the Sling under your legs, and you put it behind your back and so on, and then you hook it up on the kind of hook that you have over there, and then you can lift the person to where you want to. And for example, the kind of woman, I would say, in that case, she was didn't have that she didn't have the even thought of it that I maybe don't want someone else touching me in my private areas. I bet that it wasn't her point to touch me in my private areas, but you know what I mean. The Sling was too close to my balls to be straightforward with you what I'm meaning. And then she tried to correct it, and then she didn't really consider how close she was to my friends. So she touched my balls basically, and she didn't even reflect on that, and it didn't make her seem weird. And I understand why. I mean, it's her job. She's used to having these kind of things where she helps people, and she helps different kind of abled or disabled people trying on the equipment that they need in their daily life and so on. But that doesn't mean that handicapped people doesn't want privacy, and that is a big problem, I would say. People don't really understand the boundaries of it. And yes, you could argue that, oh, she didn't mean anything harmful with it and so on. And let me tell you, yes, I know that. That isn't the problem. The problem is that they don't even consider it. I make these kind of videos just because people need to know that we also want to have boundaries. We also want to have private lives, and even if I trust the many people around me that I have, it doesn't mean that I share everything with them. And it's different for all of them. I have different kinda stuff that I talk about and so on. And to me it's nothing weird. You just have to accept that with different people you have different boundaries and you talk about different stuff. If you are handicapped and you are watching this, which I doubt you are, but still, if you wanna see anything special in my upcoming videos, you can always write in the comments and so on. This is a bit more boring video, or more boring, I don't know. Like the last video has like 3 or 4 views, so it maybe isn't that boring. Maybe this is better. I will have to look at the statistics after a while to see what you think about it, but it seems like this kind of videos always do quite well, actually. And many of these videos, people will from my IG will think that it's repeating itself, and that's for sure, that's it. But I do want to remake them in good quality and good sound now when I have a mic and so on. So that's why I'm trying to make it even better for somewhat viewing pleasure and sound. Yeah, you know the deal by now. If you want to subscribe, you can always subscribe. Please do. And so on. But anyway, till next time, if you have any ideas or so, you know the deal also. Write a comment and I'll see you next time. Bye.